Hey, what's happening, everyone? It is Monday, October 15th, 2018. Welcome to First Cup. My name's Jeremy. This is my first cup of coffee. And that's my cat. She's being needy because I wasn't home yesterday. Just look at the camera. Look. Look at the people. No. Cats and electronics don't really work, do they? It's kind of hard to understand for an animal that there are people in there. Sometimes it's hard for me to understand that. This can be closer. Oh, so it's a little cold. Might be able to hear the heat on in the background. Was 40, 30, 39 degrees when I got home last night. I was gone. There we go. It's better when the heat's up. I was gone most of the weekend for a competition. I didn't compete, but Team Whistlekick was at the fifth annual Mid Connecticut Karate Championship, a crane rated event hosted by Goshi Herbie Bagwell. We were in Milton, Connecticut, which is about a 4-hour drive. Whew, that was a long trip. Team did great. You know, one of the things that's really interesting when you go to different competitions is that the rules are a little different, which creates a different culture, which creates different expectations, and thus people go to certain events over other events. And there's a nuance. There's a what's the word I'm looking for? This is the problem with doing a show pre-coffee. There's an element that experience brings you within these rules, within this understanding of the way things are done, how things are conducted at these events. So when you don't go to them often, like our team, when you're used to different events with different rules, you're at a bit of a disadvantage. And despite that, the team did well. I won't try to remember off the top of my head how everyone did, but several people stepped up, and I saw absolutely incredible performances and met some really nice people. So it was great. It was a good weekend. Now, I'm probably going to spin this out into a longer show, a conversation, an episode for martial arts radio. But there's something that I need to vent. And I'm going to be careful how I vent because I try not to speak ill of anyone in particular. One of my life rules, and I don't always do well at this, but I try to never say anything about someone that I wouldn't say with them in the room. Which means most critical things are done in a very particular way. And so I'm going to try to express this in that way. But I'm angry. So here's what I watched. I saw the end of one of the sparring matches. A fighter was upset. This person had lost. And their coach offered no consolation, no uplifting message, nothing positive at all. And in fact, during the entire match, this person was negative and critical in the way they were coaching. And you could clearly see that this fighter, who was a teenager, was upset. Most people are going to say, hey, you know what? It's okay. We'll get back to training. We'll find a way to make you better. You did a great job. Next time. But this person laid into the kid in a way that, had this person's parents not been standing right there, it happened, I would have said something. It was over the top. It was disgusting. Now, after, as it was the kid sitting in the bleachers, upset, coach was gone, parents were there, they were packing up, I went over, introduced myself. And I found a way to kind of delicately suggest that maybe that wasn't the best way of coaching, that I saw what had happened, express some empathy, and remind the kid that they had done a good job. Because they had. What's the job of a coach? To bring out the best in the player, the athlete. When we talk about a life coach, it's to bring out the best in their clients. Football coach brings out the best in their team and hopefully wins because of that. To coach is to help find the best in the people that you're working with. Now, I'm not going to pretend that there aren't people who aren't better motivated with criticism and negativity. But I find that that's the minority of people. Most people need to be lifted up, not beaten down. It takes a particular kind of person to rise against that criticism. I'm still having a hard time with what I watched. And here's the sad part. I've seen it from this coach before. I'll see it again. It's the way they coach. When it comes to game time, the work of a coach should have already been done. When things are on the line, that's a reflection of how practices went. And if you're not coaching to the best of your ability in practice, if you're not getting the best out of your players or athletes or clients or whoever you're coaching day to day, it's unlikely that they're going to perform any differently when it's game day. Now, you can be frustrated, you can yell, you can try to compel them to do more, do better, but that doesn't happen very often. Catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. The carrot's better than the stick. You know, we've got a whole bunch of cliches for this. And it doesn't mean that you treat everybody like snowflakes and oh yeah, it's gonna be okay. I'm not talking about that everybody wins crap. I'm just saying that there's a better way to get people to progress. I find that the best coaching relationships are when there is truly a relationship between the athlete and the coach. When they mutually want to make each other happy, to bring success to the other. But when the coach maybe is trying to live out their glory days or find them for the first time through those that they're coaching, that never works out well. And it turns into a middle-aged man yelling at a teenager before they've even taken the time to remove their equipment. There's room for all kinds. But as I said last week, I will forcefully protect this thing that we call martial arts. And I'm not ready to call out anybody individually. I don't think that that's fair in this case because I didn't take the opportunity to have the conversation with this person when I was right there with them. It didn't feel appropriate. So I'm not going to lay their name out here publicly. But the actions that I saw, those aren't likely to keep someone motivated and training and competing. They're more likely to associate that kind of negative criticism from someone who is held in high regard by many. Hush, cat. And ultimately leave the martial arts. I wouldn't blame this kid. So if you have the opportunity to coach people, whether you're an instructor, because teaching is coaching, or an occasional time, or it's your kid, or whatever, find a way to motivate. You can't coach with a hammer. The person, the athlete, whoever it is, in this case the student, has to want to train, to put it all out there to get better. Your job is to help them find their why and help them connect the dots. All right. Barely drank any coffee this morning. All right. I hope you have a great day. Martial Arts Radio, whistlekickmartialartsradio.com. We just dropped a new episode today. I'll let you figure out who it was. It's a good one. I will see you tomorrow on Facebook, Wednesday, Friday, here on YouTube again, Thursday on Instagram. I hope you have a great day. Look forward to talking to you. Peace.